When Dragon Ball Super began, fans were excited to see Goku again. After years of absence, the legendary Saiyan was back, but something felt different. He still had that familiar smile, still chased strength, still protected Earth when it counted. But over time, cracks began to show. Goku wasn't just stronger, he was riskier. He wasn't just playful, he was careless. And the line between noble warrior and thrill-seeking fighter began to blur more than ever before. Was this Goku's natural evolution, or the start of a slow, subtle character derailment? In this video, we're picking up where we left off in part 1. We'll explore Goku's journey through Dragon Ball Super, from Battle of Gods all the way to superhero, to understand how the character we admired became controversial. We'll break it down arc by arc, highlighting his choices, values, growth, and the moments that left fans divided. Because this time, it's not just about strength. It's about whether Goku still deserves to be Earth's greatest protector. Before we dive further into the topic, welcome to the Dragon of Samsara, where we'll cover everything anime, from discussions to lore drops, Q&As, and what-ifs. You'll find all the latest anime and manga news here. We post a video once a week, so consider subscribing if you like the video so you don't miss the next one. When Dragon Ball Super begins, it feels like Goku's finally gotten what he's always wanted. Peace, time with his family. And yet, what's he doing? Farming. Begrudgingly, he's itching to train with King Kai again. It's funny, but it also subtly tells us that Goku is no longer trying to balance being a family man. He's accepted that he's not about that life. His identity is 100% tied to battle now. Enter Beerus, the god of destruction. When he shows up, Goku's not scared, not cautious. He's excited, not because Earth's at risk, but because this dude might give him the fight of a lifetime. Goku even acknowledges that fighting Beerus could destroy the universe, and still chooses to power up to Super Saiyan God just to see how strong he can get. Yes, the transformation is beautiful. Yes, the battle is hype. But again, Goku's motivations have shifted. He doesn't fight to save anymore. He fights to feel. Goku's thrill of challenge has now fully replaced his sense of duty. When Frieza comes back, Goku has the perfect opportunity to finish things quickly. But instead, he lets Frieza power up, toys with him, and even lowers his guard. Again. If Vegeta hadn't stepped in and Whis hadn't reversed time, Goku's overconfidence would have cost the Earth. And the worst part? He's already been warned. By Whis, by Beerus, by literally everyone. But Goku doesn't learn. Because it's not about protecting people anymore. It's about testing himself. He's more Saiyan now than ever. This Universe 6 arc is framed as a friendly competition. But the stakes? Earth itself. Goku convinces Beerus to let him fight again, not because it's necessary, but because he's bored and wants new opponents. He meets Hit, someone who challenges him. And what does Goku do? He gives up. Not because he's lost, but because he wants to fight Hit at full power. The rules are getting in the way. Even Hit questions it. This isn't just competitive spirit anymore. It's Goku throwing fights to keep the thrill going. At this point, he's just a battle chaser. A martial arts addict with god-tier powers and little concern for consequences. It's entertaining, no doubt, but it's also a little heartbreaking. Because the Goku who once cried over Krillin's death, who gave Cell a senzu out of belief in his son, who died to save Earth, that Goku seems to be slipping away. The early arcs of Super evolve Goku's character, but also reveal the cost of endless power. He's stronger than ever. He's achieved literal godhood, but the deeper he gets into this world of divine battles, the further he drifts from humanity. He's not wrong for wanting to fight, but we have to ask, at what point does that desire stop being heroic and start being selfish? And that brings us to the real tipping point. The Goku Black arc and the Tournament of Power, where Goku's decisions don't just affect Earth, they affect the multiverse. The Goku Black arc isn't just about time travel or evil doppelgangers. It's about what happens when Goku's power and identity are misused, and what that says about him as a character. Because this time, Goku didn't cause the problem. But he is, literally, the problem. Zamasu, a Supreme Kai in training from Universe 10, becomes obsessed with the idea that mortals are flawed and must be destroyed. But he doesn't just want to wipe them out. He wants to do it in Goku's body. Why? Because Goku represents the pinnacle of mortal strength, a mere earthling from Zamasu's perspective, who surpassed gods and stands toe-to-toe with deities like Beerus. So Zamasu swaps bodies with Goku, kills his family, and uses that power to wage genocide across timelines. When Goku hears that a version of himself killed Chi-Chi and Goten, he does get angry. He even has a raw, emotional moment where he lets loose on Zamasu. But aside from that flash of rage, he quickly resets to normal. There's no lingering grief, no moment of consideration, just forward motion. It's consistent with his Saiyan focus on the moment, but from a human perspective, it feels cold. Goku never really processes what happened. A god used him to destroy entire worlds, and the weight of that doesn't seem to stick. Future Trunks, on the other hand, is falling apart. His world's ending, again. His family's gone, again, and he's the only one holding it together. This arc highlights how different Goku and Trunks are, even though they're fighting the same enemy. Trunks is fueled by loss and duty. Goku is driven by curiosity and challenge. The Goku Black saga is where we confront a meta-truth. Goku is no longer just a character in a story. He's a force of nature, one that even gods react to. He's powerful, unstoppable, and oddly irresponsible. Not because he's malicious, but because he's lost that emotional grounding. This saga shows us a world where Goku's power becomes a curse, not a gift. And it raises the question, is Goku even capable of understanding the consequences of his strength anymore? The Tournament of Power is the ultimate test for Goku as a hero, not just as a fighter, but as a leader. The Tournament of Power isn't just a battle royale. It's the end of everything for the universes involved. If Goku loses, his universe is erased. And yet, it feels like he's treating it like just another fight. This is where the debate about Goku's character reaches its peak. The Tournament of Power starts as a test of strength, a contest between 12 universes, each fighting for their survival. If they lose, they're erased. And the stakes are real. Goku isn't just risking Earth, he's risking the entire universe. But here's the thing, Goku doesn't care about the stakes in the beginning. He's more excited about the challenge, the idea of fighting the strongest opponents. When Goku first approaches Beerus with the idea of entering the tournament, his main goal isn't to protect the universe, it's to fight. He's so fixated on battle that he doesn't even fully comprehend the consequences. Sure, he acknowledges them, but his emotional reaction is still more about the thrill of the challenge than the potential loss of life. This moment says a lot about Goku's priorities. It's a reminder that, for all his heroism, he still thinks like a warrior first. For all of Goku's bravado, one of his biggest flaws is his lack of leadership skills. He's used to going solo, to fighting for himself, and to relying on his strength alone. But now, he has to lead a team of warriors from Universe 7, and they're counting on him. At first, Goku's idea of leadership is basically herding cats. He tries to motivate his team by using his usual tactics, make it fun. He invites Krillin, knowing the stakes, but without really thinking about the pressure it'll put on his best friend. He convinces Master Roshi to fight, even though Roshi is far past his prime. It's a risky decision, but Goku believes in his experience, so he gets a pass. But Goku essentially has no plan. He's just winging it, pushing everyone to fight without thinking things through. But the real test comes when Goku faces Jiren, the ultimate opponent, and one that makes him realize his true limits. Jiren is everything Goku is not: calm, collected, stoic, and powerful. His strength comes from discipline and a deeper purpose. Goku's endless pursuit of power is put to the test here, and for the first time in a long time, Goku's usual approach to fighting for fun isn't enough. He's overwhelmed, but rather than giving up, Goku leaps. Ultra Instinct is born. The Tournament of Power is Goku's defining moment as a character in Super. It's a chance for him to reflect on his flaws, his growth, and his place in the universe. His willingness to push the limits of his power, his lack of consideration for consequences, and his faith in others. It all comes to a head here. But Goku's not perfect. He's still not great at leading. He still prioritizes the fight over everything else. He still lets his ego push him into dangerous situations. And yet, in the end, Goku achieves something he's never done before. He saves the multiverse, not by himself, but by trusting others, and realizing that his true strength lies in more than just his fists. This is the final evolution of Goku, a hero, but a flawed one. A warrior, but one who needs others. Now we're left to wonder what's next. What's Goku's role in this ever-expanding universe of gods and mortals? Is he finally finding balance, or is he just an unstoppable force chasing the next fight? After the Tournament of Power, Goku has nothing left to prove. He stood against gods, unlocked Ultra Instinct, and saved the multiverse. But instead of resting, he keeps pushing forward. These arcs are less about saving the world and more about what kind of person Goku is now. They raise deep questions. What is his purpose? Does he still care about Earth? And is he becoming more Saiyan than human? The Broly movie is the first major arc after the Tournament of Power. Not only does it reintroduce Broly into the canon, but it also gives us a window into Goku's identity. When Goku meets Broly, he doesn't see a threat, he sees a mirror. Both are Saiyans, both were sent away from their home planet, but Broly represents uncontrolled power, pure emotion, and trauma. Goku, in contrast, is disciplined and refined. There's not much to say, but...
Broly? Call me Kakarot.
That line hits like a truck. It's Goku finally accepting his Saiyan identity, something he ran from for most of Z. And he does it not out of pride, but empathy. It shows Goku starting to grow emotionally, to understand others in a way he rarely did before. But the question lingers. Is this real growth, or just Goku being Goku, offering a fight and calling it kindness? The Moro arc is like Cell Saga Goku on steroids. Moro is a magical, planet-consuming villain, an ancient being who drains life itself. The threat is huge, the stakes are cosmic, and Earth is, once again, on the chopping block. Goku trains with Maris, a galactic patrol agent and secret angel, to master Ultra Instinct. It's a grind, a divine-level transformation. And when he finally achieves it, he does the Goku thing, gives Moro a chance to repent. He lets Moro go. Again. And Moro, of course, betrays him again, and almost destroys Earth, again. This is where fans got divided. Is Goku's mercy noble, or just careless? Even Whis and the Galactic Patrol call him out for it. In the end, it takes Maris sacrificing himself and Goku tapping into true Ultra Instinct to win. But the lesson is still kinda lost on Goku. The Granola arc is one of the deepest character explorations we've gotten for Goku in a while. Granola is a warrior who hates Saiyans because of what they did to his people. And suddenly, Goku, who's always fought to protect, has to reckon with a past he didn't choose, but that he still carries. This arc forces Goku to think like a Saiyan again, to ask questions. What does it mean to be a Saiyan? Are Saiyans inherently destructive? Can he separate himself from that legacy? Vegeta, ironically, is the one who grows more here. He takes responsibility, tries to mentor Granola, and embraces his guilt. Goku just fights. It's who he is. That doesn't make him evil or selfish, but it shows that even now, with God tier, power, and all the experience in the world, Goku still refuses to grapple with his deeper identity. In Dragon Ball Super Superhero, Goku is barely present, so there's not much to say about it. These recent arcs show us two Gokus, one who's emotionally maturing, showing empathy to Broly, accepting his Saiyan name, training others, and one who's still locked in old patterns, trusting enemies, ignoring consequences, chasing power. He's no longer the innocent kid we met in Dragon Ball, or the noble warrior of Z. He's a legend, a god, a symbol, and symbols don't change easily. But maybe that's the point. Maybe Goku isn't meant to grow the same way others do. Maybe his journey is the fight, and the deeper emotions are just fleeting visitors. as we close in on Goku's future, whether it's another villain, another transformation, or another god, one thing's clear: Goku is no longer just a hero. He's a question. What happens when your greatest strength becomes your biggest flaw? So, did Dragon Ball Super kill Goku's character? The answer isn't simple. It's not a yes or no. It's a journey, one that reveals both how far Goku has come and how far he's drifted from what made him iconic. In Dragon Ball Z, Goku is a character of growth, sacrifice, and heart. He went from a selfish fighter to a responsible savior. He laid down his life twice to protect others. He inspired allies, guided rivals, and matured as a father and friend. Sure, he was still Goku, naive, hungry, and obsessed with battle. But there was a balance, a core of humanity that kept him grounded. Whether it was his love for Gohan, his rivalry with Vegeta, or his quiet moments with Chi-Chi, Goku felt real. He was a Saiyan raised on Earth, a warrior with a heart. Now in Dragon Ball Super, Goku is a legend, but sometimes at the cost of being a character. He starts universal tournaments without grasping the consequences. He trains with the gods but ignores his home. He gains Ultra Instinct but loses touch with human instinct. Super amplifies Goku's Saiyan side. It makes him a myth. But in doing so, it sometimes forgets the man behind the myth. He laughs in the face of danger, trusts enemies too easily, and still treats galaxy-ending threats like friendly spars. Where Z asked, "How can Goku save the world?" Super sometimes feels like it's asking, "How cool can we make Goku look?" The real issue isn't that Goku changed, it's that he stopped changing. In Z, Goku evolved. He learned. He took responsibility, he faced loss, and he reflected. In Super, he often resets to default. Power increases, yes, but emotionally, he stays in place. He's still likable, still iconic, still undeniably Goku. But is he the hero we once knew? Or just the ultimate battle junkie, stuck in an endless loop of fights and transformations? But maybe that's the point. Maybe Goku doesn't need to be the moral compass anymore. Maybe he's the chaotic force, the wild card who sparks change in others. After all, Gohan only stepped up because Goku was gone. Vegeta found humility by trying to surpass Goku. The universe evolved around Goku, not because of him, but because it had to. Goku may not grow in the way we expect, but he forces others to, and in that way, he's still shaping the world, just not as the center anymore. So, did Dragon Ball Super kill Goku's character? No. But it did transform him, from a man into a myth, from a father into a fighter, from a grounded hero to a cosmic force. Some fans mourn that loss. Others celebrate the spectacle. But love him or not, one thing's certain. Goku isn't just a character anymore, he's a legacy. And maybe, just maybe, that's the most Dragon Ball thing of all.